Hello, today we are doing a DIY ring toss. This was a fun and easy project. Let's get started. So for this project, you're going to need some Coke bottles, as many as you would like to include in your project. I did a total of 12. I'm just using this scraper from Dollar Tree to get the label started to peeling off, and then I'll use some acetone to remove the adhesive on the glass. I'm going to use this multi-surface paint that I got from Walmart. It is obviously for multi-surface, but it includes glass in one of the surfaces that it will adhere to. Enamel paint would work good as well, and a lot of people have good luck with chalk paint on glass as well. I ended up applying about 4 coats of paint, but they were thin coats. If you did thicker coats, you probably wouldn't have to do as many. But let each coat dry thoroughly before applying the next coat. After 4 coats of the white paint, it still looked like it needed one more coat. So what I just did is for the white, I took it out and gave it a coat of spray paint because it just didn't seem to have as good of coverage as the red and blue did. It would be a good idea to put a sealer on these, some Mod Podge or some clear spray sealer, um, which I probably will do, unless you're just wanting the paint to chip off over time and wanting that rustic look. Now you have a few options for the rings. You can look online, there's so many different ideas. The most common idea I saw was a thick rope, and they would just cut it and glue the ends together to make a ring. But I thought that these glow stick bracelets from the Dollar Tree, they were a perfect size, and you could get Patriotic colors to match your bottle set, but they were a really good size for this, and we tried them out and they worked well. And you could also wrap these in some twine or something to where that you can't tell that they are glow stick bracelets. And this is a very affordable option at $1 for 8 of them. Dollar Tree had these dog toys, and when I saw them, and they looked just like already made ring toss rings made of rope, and they were very stiff and just a great choice for this. And if you pull on them, you got to pull on them pretty hard to break them apart, but they do break apart. But they're a touch too big. And so you're either going to have to space your bottles out further because you don't want it to where the ring can go over two bottles at one time. So you're either going to want to space them out or make your ring smaller. I have better scissors, but I was just too lazy to go get them. So it took a while of hacking at these to get them cut. They're pretty tough. But you'll see here, as soon as I get it cut, it starts fraying immediately because it's very tightly wound. So what you're going to want to do is before you cut it, to tape right next to where you're going to cut. That way it won't fray on you. Basically, the bigger the ring, the easier it's going to be. So if children are going to be playing this, then you're probably going to want to make your rings a little bit larger. But if it's only going to be adults, then you might want to make it a little more tough. You know, you don't want it, it's not going to be fun if it's going to be very easy to get the ring around the bottles. So you just have to think about who's going to be playing this. And you could even have several different types of rings for different difficulty levels. These, this dog toy was pretty cute color with the black and white, but you could paint them. And then also you could use the plastic coupling that comes with them, or you could just glue the ends together. You have a couple of different options there, just whichever you like the look of best. Now, my husband and I liked these book rings the best for this. They had a good weight to them, and they were small enough to make it, you know, a little more difficult, and we felt made the game more fun. And they were just, you know, just right for this. And you could cover these in twine, and that's what I did at first, but what I used was this little twine. I didn't want the twine to be too wide because these rings are already pretty small, and then so if you wrap them with a thick twine, then it's going to make the ring, the inside of the ring, even smaller. They turned out pretty cute wrapped in this thin butcher's twine from Dollar Tree, but it took forever, as you can imagine, to wrap this tiny twine around this ring. So you could do that if you've got the time and you like the way this looks. But what I decided to do was take some strips of these bandanas from the Dollar Tree and wrap the book rings in that, and that went a lot quicker, and it turned out very cute. These bandanas at the Dollar Tree are a great deal at two for $1. My mom was telling me that she found some at Hobby Lobby for $1 each. And I thought, well, maybe the ones at the Dollar Tree aren't full size because when I bought them, they've been folded up in the package. But they are full size. They're pretty large, and so for two of them for $1, it's a really good deal. The edges of these strips of handkerchief are going to fray, which does make kind of a cute rustic look, but you're probably going to want to trim away some of them because it's a lot. You're going to either need to use some sort of a crate, a short crate, or tie them together because you're going to need to have a way to keep your bottles from falling over when people throw the rings at them. So you're going to need some sort of container, or you're going to need to take some rope and tie around the whole grouping of bottles to keep them from falling over. I have this short wooden box here, and as you can see, I could fit 3 more, making a total of 15 in this box. But what I'm going to do is just spread them out a little bit, and that worked out well. You could certainly make your own crate. I will leave a link in the description box below of this crate that I made a few videos back. And you can see here that you could fit 15 bottles in it as well. But you could have as many bottles as you'd like and just make your crate custom sized to as many bottles as you're wanting to do. I love how this ring toss set turned out. It was very affordable, costing me only a couple of dollars because I used recycled bottles in a crate I had already. I hope you all have a great weekend and a fun 4th of July. See you next time.